got a great question today, and instead of just responding once directly to Stan, who wrote this, I decided to turn it into a little video FAQ. So here's what Stan writes. He says, I enjoy your passion and integrity, and thank you for that. I'm looking forward to finding a great marketing coach. Now, the question begins, when you started going to Tony Robbins Life Mastery, and then to an Armin Morin event, and in case you don't know this is kind of how I got started in this business. I actually received, this isn't my original package, but the Personal Power 2 product here that really got me going down what I call the mindset path. And what got me going in the internet marketing and online marketing and information marketing space was an event put on by my friend Armin Morin. Anyway, Stan continues, recently working with Jeff Walker, who's a friend of mine. He invented the product launch formula. At what time did you have your aha moment where all the different direct marketing pieces of the puzzle came together, where you had clarity on what action steps to take? So clearly that's what Stan's looking for. Now, Stan continues by saying, I've listened to Kennedy's many courses on setting up a coaching business, with gold, silver, bronze. Basically, it's a method for essentially selling coaching. And Stan is referring to Dan Kennedy, who's also I consider one of my great mentors. He's also a friend. So the message continues, there are so many online marketers offering so many pieces of the puzzle, and many selling false hope through perceived value. Now, as many have stated in the past, Kennedy is great at providing or selling by ascension and giving you pieces of the puzzle. And to get all the pieces, you have to buy all the different courses, which makes sense, of course. As one stated, he is the master at creating confusion or information overload, so you eventually feel inadequate and hire him one-on-one. Now, that's where I take issue, because I actually think Dan is amazing and remarkable at not necessarily creating confusion. It's what typically happens is people who are starting out have a tendency to think that they need every single course, every single book, every single shiny object in order to solve their problem. And I'm going to get to what I believe is the solution to that problem. So I left that in there. Obviously, I didn't edit this thing out. But like I said, it's not Dan that's creating confusion. It's the lack of the ability to process information in a meaningful way and do something with it that creates confusion. Information overload is something you do to you, not that someone does to you. So that's my opinion anyway. So is there one course or blueprint that brought everything together for you to turn around your life when you and your business partner Rocket started? You've gone from being in debt basically just getting by to starting a new coaching business. And what was the mental shift? So it ends. I look forward to hearing from you. So there's a great saying that I will tell you at the bottom line here, Stan, and anyone else who's responding or watching this right now, is everything starts with mindset. And in the past, when I look at every single piece of progression I've made in my life, it began with a commitment to someone else. It starts with being in service and getting clear on your why. Now, there's a great book I put here from Simon Sinek, which is Start With Why. Great book that gets going. Now, my why was I wanted to have something to share. And the honest reality is, when I went and saw Tony, I can remember thinking to myself, someday I want to be valuable to a guy like him. And then when I went to see this live presentation, I was like, someday I want to have something to talk about, something to share, and have an opportunity to be on the platform. And I imagined myself being there. And really, what it really came down to is I wanted to be useful. I wanted to use my tools to create something meaningful. And I really wanted to see people get results, because I know, looking back, that my greatest satisfaction in life has always come from helping people get results. And as I say, when you learn to present and you learn to speak, you start seeing the sparkles in their eyes turn on. And my real why is just helping ordinary people going from zero to hero in a short period of time. And the time I really, really connected with that was one time my business partner Rocket and I had a group of people that we were teaching on stage, and we had an enormous number of people who Some of them were already millionaires, okay? Some of them were literally living in their cars 30 or 60 or 90 days before. We had two people in a group of 360 people who had just gotten one of our training courses and had literally gone from being homeless to actually having a real business where they were generating some real money. And when I look back at my life and, what's the connection here? What was the moment? It's when I got really clear on my why, which was I genuinely wanted to help people and serve them, and I also wanted to be connected with my mentors and my heroes. I really wanted to be meaningful to them, be in service to them, and somehow repay them for some of the great works that they had shared. And that's why I put these books here, because I'll explain that in a moment. But it really all began, and this is one of my current little notebooks that I carry around with me, but I got a journal, and I started writing everything down. I got clear on my timeline, I got clear on my why, and I got clear on my specific goals. And I wrote them down. And eventually I broke it down where I typed up a one-page life plan that got very, very clear on precisely what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be. And I started executing on it. But I literally read that the first thing when I got up in the morning. I reviewed it in the afternoon. I kept it in my pocket and my wallet at all times. And I also read it before I went to sleep at night. So I was programming my subconscious. But I got really associated with absolute specifics, like exactly where I wanted to live, exactly the type of person I wanted to have in my life as a partner. And that person, I had a whole page dedicated to describing precisely what I wanted that partner to be like, and literally I would say I manifested my wife, Vivian, as a result of that. And I really do believe that the more you program your subconscious, the closer you get to your dreams and being able to manifest them. But the closer you can to smelling it, seeing it, tasting it, touching it, feeling it, and experiencing that and dreaming about it brings you there. Kind of sounds secret-like, I know. So back to why I brought out some of these books. Some of them have been big influencers. The vast majority have become friends. So one guy that I regard as a very good friend is Brian Tracy. He's got a couple of books here. He's become not only a good friend, but a very good mentor. And even though he's quite a bit older than me, I often joke that when I sit down with Brian, I feel like two 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds who just got together after being apart for 20 years, and they grew up on the same street. We just laugh and have fun together and share a lot of just ideas and thoughts. Another guy, and this is a fantastic book that I highly recommend, it's from Seth Godin. It's called Lynchpin. He's not a personal friend, but I hold him in high regard because he's a fantastic writer. This is his most substantive work, and it's all about becoming indispensable. I actually give it to every one of our contractors and employees because I think it's such a substantial piece of work. Next thing, mission critical. Before your mind can move in a positive direction, your body has to go there first. A very good friend of mine, his name is Jorge Cruz. He created the belly fat cure and the 3-hour diet and a whole bunch of other books. He's a 9 times New York Times best-selling author, which is incredibly challenging to say the least. By the time you've done it a couple times, it is no accident. But Jorge teaches some great strategies that are easy to implement on basically getting your body in motion. And the bottom line is you just got to sweat, you got to move your body, and avoid processed carbs. Anything white, get it out of your diet. Get rid of sugar, and focus on protein and vegetables and drinking lots of water. I mean, the bottom line summary is that. But like I said, he's become a good friend. Another guy that I've worked with who's got a fantastic philosophy of life is a man named Harvey Mackay. He originally wrote the book Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive and Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty. He's really a master at networking and influence and focusing on relationship first. He's had a great influence on me, and I've had the good fortune of being able to work with him on a project where I helped him achieve a New York Times best-selling status. Next, a guy who I absolutely have the deepest respect for. He's become a good friend, is Tim Ferriss, and he recently wrote a book called The 4-Hour Body. We actually worked on a project together, and that video will be released shortly, if not already, depending on when you're seeing this. But this is a fantastic book that's really a great shortcut, and it's like a cookbook to get your body to lose weight, to gain muscle, to get a better night's sleep, and I highly, highly recommend the book, and of course anything that Tim does. He originally created the 4-Hour Work Week. Next guy who's had a profound influence on me, his name is Joe Sugarman. He has a book called the Adweek Copywriting Handbook, and also these other 3 books that I have here, Advertising Secrets, Marketing Secrets, and Television Secrets. In case you've never heard of Joe Sugarman, he was the guy who created the Blue Blocker sunglasses television commercial that went on to sell over 20 million pairs of sunglasses on television. Joe's become a great friend and not only a great mentor, but we mentor each other now. He sent me a fabulous Christmas card this year that really touched me, and he basically acknowledged me for helping him now. And I would say out of all the people that I've read and studied, he's one of the people who has influenced me. He's in the top 3 for sure. Just a great man, all about being in service and giving back. And the whole point of all these people I'm talking about here is that's what they all have in common. That's the common thread, is the real moment. If you're looking for the aha moment, it's when you get outside of your head and outside of focusing on you and focus on delivering service and being of service. Becoming a useful resource and a mentor yourself is what projects you rapidly into success, in my opinion. So the net is mindset, body, and your why are the answers. So I've got a couple little action items for you. Obviously, you asked about me, so I'm going to give you some mic solutions here. One of them that we do have, it's expensive, I'm going to tell you that right now, and it's application only. But if you're interested in getting involved, we do have a mastermind. It's a small group of business owners. You can learn more by sending an email to mastermind@trafficgeyser.com. There you'll connect with our manager who will ask you some questions and find out about you. You do need to have a real business in order to participate. And like I said, it is expensive because we basically get together 3 times a year for group meetings, and everyone gets coached in a group environment. It's fantastic. It's where I am able to reveal my best strategies and solutions that I'm either using myself, discovering myself, or I've learned from some of my best mentors. The other thing, of course, is we have some products. One recent program, it's called Social Media Marketing Machines. If you're interested in learning how to do social media marketing either for your business or for someone else, it's a great program, created, is called Main Street Marketing Machines. It's where we teach you how to start your own business, actually doing business for local businesses. In other words, video marketing as well as social media. So the Social Media Marketing Machines is geared more towards a worldwide audience, doing it for yourself and other businesses, doing video marketing, where Main Street is targeted on local businesses, small businesses. Next, of course, we have Traffic Geyser, which will help you get your message and your word out there. We give away some fantastic video training, some basic training that teaches you how to use video marketing in your business or doing it for or with someone else. And finally, we have a mobile marketing platform called Monster Follow-Up. That's very advanced. I've spent over 3 years building the platform, testing it out. But basically, it's a tool that allows you to capture leads, learn more about your prospects, follow up with them, and then sell to them using what's known as multi-channel marketing. It basically means a combination of mobile marketing, so people can actually text in some information about themselves to start in a marketing sequence. It has voice recognition. It also does email marketing, postcard marketing, mobile text marketing, and voice marketing as well. And then ultimately it delivers teleseminars and webinars, either automated or live ones. It's a very, very powerful platform, and we actually designed it for ourselves, but it's a fantastic way to automate your sales and marketing process. So this was a long video, but it always seems like even though the solutions are simple, which it's mindset and it's physical and getting clear on your why, it's also a combination of modeling and mentoring. And I'll leave you with this one idea, which is when you start to model your mentors and you have them in mind and think about how can I serve them, because they're clearly people who have platforms as well. They're willing to share that with you, especially when you're helping them out. That process makes you attractive to them. You know, it's just like becoming attractive to your prospects and your customers. But you've got to create a map in your mind of who they are and what you want first. That gets us back to the why. So like I said, there's no single product, there's no single system that's a magic bullet that exists. It really comes down to standing in service, being in service, and that's what again begins with the why. So I know I've repeated myself 3 times here, but I do think it's really important. I want to thank you for submitting the question, and I hope you got something out of this. So looking forward to seeing you online and seeing what happens next. So thanks again, and bye-bye.